And welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time in Factorio Space Age. Let's get back into flying around spot mode. Where in theory we just finished rejigging so that we now have a dedicated have a newly set up method for refining. So we basically doubled our refining capacity. Well, maybe actually thought it reduced it because of the reduction heavy oil and light oil cracking, but double the number of basic refineries and set it up so that in theory, we haven't fully tested it yet because we got high enough and now we're too low. Oh, actually, that's an indication it's not working right, so... If greater than 12k. Okay, so it's now not greater than 12k, so it's opened the thing up, so it's not cracking the light oil anymore. Same thing here. Oh, actually, at this point, what we worked out is technically I don't need you. I just go straight to you and straight to you. And say, if heavy oil is greater than 12k, close. This one is if light oil is greater than 12k, close. And when these are closed, they power up their respective pumps, which pumps out output to crack. Which, in theory, is tesselatable, so I can tessellate as much as I need to generate the throughput. Until I head to the limitations of the pump, at which point I'll have to rebuild it for more throughput, but for the moment that should be enough. So, now the question comes, do I want to do more base building, or do I want to expand production of something like sulfur? Probably actually expand the production of sulfur. Build a brand new thing of sulfur and a brand new thing of plastic, and then we can tear up the old sulfur and plastic. Sounds like a basic plan. Ideally, I probably want to run it vertically here. Yeah, it should work. Okay, so sulfur production. Start with sulfur. Produces 1 sulfur per second. And we only have oil or chemical plants. Chemical plants have a crafting speed of 1, so they will make 1 sulfur per second. So to fill a belt, a yellow belt, has a 15 item speed. I think that's actually 7.5 per side. Or is it 15 per side? I'm trying to remember my numbers. Yeah, I think it's 7.5. Okay, so that's actually gonna make the math a little easy. Well, easy and hard. So it's gonna make it hard because we're not gonna be able. We're gonna have to over aim. Because to fill 1 yellow belt up would be 7.5 of the chemical plant. Obviously, we can't do a half chemical plant, so we're going to exceed expectations. Okay, and in the middle we're going to have a belt. runs through. And we're gonna have it mirrored on the other side. Nope, that wasn't one. It's F for flip, is it? Or can I not flip these? Or can I not flip in? Oh, I know there's a hotkey for it. Oh, horizontal. Okay. Or vertical for flipping vertically. So H. No, we want V. Okay. A little bit of work like that. And we have the water setup. Anyway, now needless to say, I'll have to plumb this into the existing petrol and water systems. Shouldn't be too hard. Okay, so now we need to plumb water in, which can basically be done by doing that. And then petrol would also be fairly easy. And with that, we should have hopefully a excess production of sulfur. I'll have to sort of spaghetti it into base. But this isn't actually that bad of spaghetti, I suppose. We can come back and clean it up at some point. Once this is packed up, in theory, I could try to run a bit more straight. Whoops. That's the wrong connection. It's about pulling my water and my petrol into each other. Easy enough to fix. So we got water delivered here. Now we just need to get the gas delivered. And then once that's done, we can disassemble the old one. And of course, we shove efficiency modules in them to keep pollution clouds small for the moment. And with that, we should get enough petroleum gas going that we might be able to actually test this running. Oh, and we can see it's already running because we've exceeded light oil, so this closed, so we're turning light oil into petroleum. Slowly that up. Okay. Then the next one is going to be doing the same, but with plastic. Plastic production is one whole belt of coal comes in, one whole belt. Well, actually, okay. So it's actually basically going to be the same. But it's actually going to be smaller, a little bit more complicated because I'm going to be shuffling in coal. No, that's not what I want. I was going to say, let's roughly borrow this design for the moment. Something like that. But then, instead of water, because it's going to be plastic production, we plug in, that's where our coal will go in, hopefully. Okay, so that should work. That should provide us a belt of plastic. If I need more than a belt of plastic, I can either upgrade this to red and double the length, or change something else about it, I suppose. That's what I should do. Chain off of petrol that way. That works. Okay. Weapon shooting is upgraded. So, what do I want research-wise? Kind of just chewing through a lot of the repeatables at the moment while I'm trying to rejig the base. I don't have utility science automated, so that's one of the things we can do. Could do elevated rail. Not really thinking about elevated rail right now. Could do effect transmission. Not really wanting to contemplate rejigging everything again to make use of that. Find flammables is hidden behind you, so we may want to do you at some point. You know, we'll want uranium mining, so we'll develop uranium mining. Starters. Explosive rocketry at some point. And the tank. Okay. Hopefully it doesn't fly through that too quickly. Okay, coal is moving. Almost there with the getting the petroleum set up to go in. Power pole's going along for the bottom one in a moment, and that'll be that going out. Okay. Actually, semi-surprised we're not going through plastic pretty heavily right now, but we're going to need plastic for, well, advanced circuits. Just like we need the sulfur for making all the sulfuric acid we're going to be making. Oh, now's maybe a good time to check the power grid. Okay. Well, we definitely don't make enough power. When the bots start requesting it, we do not make enough power during the night. And without, what was that, 60 megajoule power demand? What are we making, like 30? Yeah, like 30. So about twice as much as we have. Okay. That might be more complicated to solve without more accumulators. So that's part of the reason we're redoing this bit, so we can have accumulators. Because the sulfur is what I need for the batteries to build the accumulators. Good thing we had an old box of pipes laying around. Oh, did we automate rail? I feel like that's something I planned on automating at some point. It probably did. I didn't re-automate it. Okay, so we've only got the old rail. As far as I can tell. At some point I'll have to redo blue and purple. What I can do in the meantime is I can use the upgrade planner, I suppose, yeah. I can say upgrade all of those. Upgrade all of those. Upgrade. Upgrade. In theory, we've got plenty of blue inserters at this point. This is not going to be much of a speed increase, but once I've done this, I can go ahead and shove efficiency modules into them to lower the energy requirements. Okay, one of them got accidentally requested to be upgraded twice. There we go. I don't have the upgrade queued up to be made yet, so requesting to upgrade it twice would be an issue. Oh, that's running, so with plastic. That was the right way around. Why? Ah. The more aware of you probably already caught that. I forgot to hook up the left side to petrol. Like, why do I only have half a belt of plastic? And the answer is because you're only having half your maker work. Okay, so that should provide adequate plastic. We got a whole belt of plastic in there, which should hopefully be enough for everything we got set up right now to consume plastic. So with that, really, it's time, as much as I don't want to do it, to make accumulators. I really like to not make accumulators because making batteries is annoying. Okay, so to make batteries, and to be fair, I think I'm just going to make one factory with accumulators running at the moment. So we need to make half a battery a second. The battery maker. Okay, so we need 2 battery makers to make that work. Which are going to need about 10 units of sulfuric acid a second. I have a suspicion that that's not even a whole plant where the sulfuric acid working. And the question is, where is the sulfuric acid? It's not going to show it on me here because I'm unable to make it that way, am I? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and it's a fifth of a plant of sulfuric acid. So we're gonna want I'm trying to think of how to set this up. This is probably not the right way to set up. I'm probably tear it apart again. Like that for our setup. So you'll be sulfuric, and you'll be batteries. Means then you can be our accumulators. Okay, so the batteries need iron and copper. Sulfuric acid requires iron, sulfur, and water. So I think I technically have water on the belt. Yeah. some point I did plummet into the belt just to make getting it easier. Okay, that's the water. So we say that's the iron, then we can go high speed. There, there, there. Hope you don't mind a little bit of spaghetti manufacturing here. This is definitely not scalable. This is I want one thing making accumulators. And to be fair, this is going to be a thing that makes accumulators at like full speed. So it's going to be a real bad way to make accumulators. It's just a weird way to make accumulators. Alright, so your iron and your iron. Your... Oops. Gonna be copper. We ran all the research down, okay. Let's take discharge defense. I'm pretty sure I have purple, so I can eventually just do this, so... Actually, you know what? Again, I don't really want to charge events, so we don't care about you. Not really caring about breaking forents. Don't really need those. And there's got nothing that... Well, I can't do anything that requires orange right now. So we're now basically down. Let's start working on the really expensive techs. Okay, so this in no way is really tesselatable, so it's maybe just a bit of a waste of space to set it up this way, but this should put accumulators into the network. So I can start to build accumulators. As soon as someone delivers the Powerball. There should be plenty of Powerballs in the system. Short of green efficiency modules in the system, but plenty of Powerballs. Okay, that's already done. Good to see. And the copper belt is empty. The copper belt is empty because the... Ah. See. I see. You... I mean, that's still not really going to be... Well, no, in theory that should be what that stack requires. Why is it not running right? Ah, one belt isn't upgraded. The important belt isn't upgraded, and that's why it's not working right. That makes sense. So I'm half throttling the productivity on that one. That's part of the problem. That one's not a problem the same way. It was delivered, so now it's going faster. Now we're starting to see more and more of the furnace stack turn on. Good to see. Good to see. Figured out the bug. The bug is fixed. And we have accumulators. Okay, so how do I want to make my accumulator stack? Probably pretty similar to... Now, the accumulators are actually smaller. Actually, that's a little bit of a problem. The accumulators are smaller. So the accumulators are smaller. I need the bigger power, and here need the steel poles to make the tessellation work. Same way. I'm gonna decide where to put this. You know what? Let's pull out the big pole. Well, medium pole. Okay, and then that can get copied up to there. Gotta decide where I'm gonna put a bunch of those. Need to put a bunch of those somewhere. That's not where it's gonna be, but I need to put a bunch of those somewhere. You know, here's not a bad place. There's one tree in the way. Anyway, given enough time, that will get built. And we'll have power storage, which should help with the nighttime power requirements. Batteries aren't being boosted, because I never built the inserters for the U. Oh, and it should be fast inserters. Really. And then you're not running, because you're not getting sulfur, because the last thing I forgot to ship in was the sulfur. Whoops. Got the sulfur. Went all the way out of our way to make a nice big belt of sulfur. And I forget to use it. There. And there. And there. And there. And there. There we go. Okay, so once that's put in, we should have sulfur on the belt to get here, to do U, provide you with sulfur so you can be built so we can have batteries in the network. And of course we don't quite have nice matching tessellations over here, but that's fine. We got bullets on the belt going nowhere. We got bullets going nowhere. Okay, well, they're going nowhere, then pack them up. Ship them someplace else, please. We can have that space back. Okay. So copper is flowing again into the system, which maybe isn't enough copper to really get the system running, but... that is a problem for the future. Okay. We got half the production running, so it's going to start making some batteries. And then the next problem is going to be those. Those are going to be a problem. Because I'm already mentally doing the math in my head on how much plastic I need for a belt of red circuits. And that's 2 belts of plastic. And I've only set up 1 belt of plastic, so I haven't made enough plastic. Could just make the entire belt of red. Anything else use plastic? What does plastic go into? You tell me? No. I think it's just the red science at the moment. Oh, and the low density structures. Well, if I'm doing a whole thing of red science, then I'm going to need more for the low density structures anyway. Okay. Okay, so that'll double that, which then means this entire belt wants to be made of red instead of yellow. Now, there's technically an upgrade planner which we can use. Might be better in this situation. Oops. I got 1 red belt in there. Oh, it's that. That belt. Okay. Oh, those are red. Hard to tell sometimes. Red, 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 red. You're red, you're red, you're red. And that's red. Okay. Zoom down the thing. Red until there. Okay. Then we go to rebuild the red. I'm probably gonna run into other problems with red, aren't I? Yeah. Yeah. Gonna need 2 belts of electric circuits as well. Okay, well we're not doing that today because I'm not building more green circuits. I'm not building the green circuits I need to make my red circuits. That's where I am for the mental space for tonight. Okay, so I think this is probably a good space where to put the part break, and probably the end of the stream. Because I think next stream, well, the next thing I probably should do is I should build 2 more of these, or at least 1 more of those, probably 2 more of those. Of course, I'll make 2 more of the. Well, let's say we're making 1 more of those. We're making 1 more of those. And everything starts to spin up after I make 1 whole thing of red. I have a feeling that we're gonna have input problems, and it's gonna be time to expand to new bases. Let's take a quick zoom over the base vaguely randomly just to group of bits that can be disassembled. The main power plant coal is fine. And the iron mine's starting to shrink, which is maybe a little bit of a problem. Well, it would be a little bit of a problem if we weren't going to need to go get more iron. I think that's enough iron to run the 4 iron stacks that we have. So our 2 of those iron stacks get turned into 2 stacks of steel. So we're probably overproducing steel right now and underproducing iron. But yeah, so I think I'm gonna have to go out and get more iron. Well, gonna build one of those. Gonna build a stack of red circuits. At which point it will probably be time to redo blue and purple, blue and purple, and probably do orange at that point, so we have access to orange. Not enough logistics network space. We've run out of space. Okay, actually, there's one way to fix logistics network space, and that is to tell the logistics network to deploy more space. Before we get off. Oh, actually, no, these storage chests wouldn't it? Assuming the network has storage chests. Is maybe a stretch. It might not have any storage chests at this point. Oh. Well, that's actually an interesting problem to run into. It is not that we lack them in the network. It's that we lack the construction bots to deliver them to the job site, so we have storage so the construction bots can... Yeah. Okay, so we've dumped some storage in the network. So we're probably gonna wave... Yeah, we're gonna wave the construction bots coming to deliver stuff. And if they make it here before they run out of power, they'll drop it off and head off to do other things. Oh. So here they come. And this is clearing all the bolts out of that chest that I had. $679 entities are missing construction robots, because the construction robots are very busy. Okay, well, before I get distracted more by trying to fix the base, because this is the perpetual spaghetti needs more perpetual repairs to be better. This is where I'm going to go ahead and put the break for tonight and the break for the stream. We're making slow and eventual progress in basically just upping the throughput of the base. Next episode, we'll probably be building another round of green circuits and a round of red circuits, and then probably trying to troubleshoot the problems that causes. So until next time, I hope you all have a good time, and catch you all in the next part. Bye for now.